Camp Winnie. Jess and I, we want to tell you how it is to me and her about travelling on the road.
So keep watching if you want to see our point of view.
So travelling in a full-time motorhome is really cool because it's like really bumpy in the back. It's like a roller coaster and I really like it. It's like so much fun.
It's definitely very much different from living in a house because you're all packed in a tiny little box together. You don't all have your separate rooms or your space, so it's very different, I'd say.
When my mum and dad told me that we were going to go on a full-time trip around Australia, I actually felt quite nervous because I've never gone in a caravan or a motorhome or anything like in a car for a whole year around Australia. So I felt nervous and excited because I've never done it before.
It was a mix of emotions. I was excited, but I was also very nervous because it was for a full year away from friends, family, and all packed in together.
No, I actually didn't have nothing to worry about because I was actually a bit excited to go on this whole trip around this beautiful country because I've never seen such a beautiful country before, and I'm going to actually travel around the whole country.
It's better than what I expected. I thought that, oh God, all packed in together, it's going to be we're going to argue every day, but it's better. We definitely do have days that are worse than others, but it's better than I thought, yeah.
So homeschooling, well, it's fun at sometimes, but it's a bit hard when I get confused in parts of math or something, but I'm actually quite good at math, so I actually love math. I love math, it's so much fun. And the rest of my books, they're really a bit hard and I don't know how to figure them out. But my mum, she's my teacher and she helped me to figure them out.
It's interesting because we can do it whenever we want. Like if we are busy on Friday, we can do it on Sunday or something like that. And it can be difficult because maybe mum doesn't know how to do a certain question and neither do I. So we have to either contact home or just skip it and, do the next one.
So my mum, she's my teacher and she's really, really fun. I've never had a teacher which is my mum before, and she lets me have breaks, she lets me have whatever I want, and she lets me have short days, long days, but the short days are actually quite easy and I like the short days.
It's cool having mum as a teacher because it's my own mum and it's not a cranky old classroom teacher. Oh, what's the difference? It's very cool because I've never had my own mum as a teacher before, and it's really cool, and sometimes it can be hard because it's my mum and we have our differences, so.
So while we're on the road, I look out the window and I see all sorts of animals. I see emus, camels, kangaroos, cows, and some of the dead animals on the road. All sorts of kangaroos, some dead cows, which are pretty disturbing because they're pretty big. Yeah.
It's so awesome seeing wild flocks of animals everywhere, because if we could go to the zoo and there'd be an emu behind a cage, or there'd be a couple of wallabies and kangaroos in this paddock area, but actually seeing them out in the wild, it's really cool. And then just a few weeks ago we had to stop while we were driving because there was a herd of cows in the middle of the road, and it's so bizarre because I've never seen that before.
So sometimes when we're driving, sometimes I get to have my iPad and play whatever games I want with my sister because they're both online and they're both online games and we can both play together. And one of my favourite games I like to play with Jess is called Roblox. And my mum and dad also take my iPad off me for a while, for 2 days or 3 days, so I don't have it for a few days, but that's fine. TV reception, it's not very nice when there's no TV reception because you can't watch news for the adults, you can't watch TV for the kids, like 22, ABC for example. I love Bluey. It's my favorite show. I watch it all the time at 8 o'clock, but when there's not such good TV reception, I get very grumpy because I can't watch Bluey at 8 o'clock in the morning. So we've got a hard drive full of movies you could even ask for. We have so many movies on the hard drives. We have Barbie, Babe, we have so many sorts of kind of movies.
I will admit, using our iPads and phones and computers, TV, whatever, it's definitely less strict than it was when we were at home, because at home we would only be able to use our iPads in the holidays or on road trips and stuff, and now we are using them most days. And I am using mine, Chloe's using hers, Chloe's definitely using hers. But when there's no service and we all just want to have a family hangout time, we just put on the TV and we have a hard drive full of movies, and it's really nice.
So, overcoming my fears, I have some fears about cold water in gorges, and I have lots of fears about jumping off high stuff like rocks, for an example. I don't like jumping off rocks that much because I'm scared of heights. So when there's like really tall rocks and my sister, my mum, my dad are jumping off them, I get kind of missed out because I'm not jumping off the rocks like my family does, because I'm not really a fan of heights. Litchfield National Park, I was really brave to go in the gorge because there was a big rock and I wanted to jump off it, but it was so high. I started to jump off little rocks to get me started off with, and then I went on the big rock and I kept on going and going and going. We were there for like half an hour. I really liked jumping off the rock and I realized how much fun it was.
I haven't really overcome any fears as such because I've never really had a problem with the ocean or deep water or heights or really any of that common fears and all that. But bugs, I would say it's a fear, but it's ugh, I hate bugs, and I still do, so that's not really overcoming anything because I still hate bugs.
So my favourite place, I actually do have a favourite place. So my favourite place is Airlie Beach because, oh my god, the beach is so pretty. And when we went on the Chimera, we went on the island with all the white sand and it was so beautiful and pretty. The water, I swam in it a lot. And my favourite state is actually South Australia because all the places were beautiful there. And I just loved South Australia.
I say this to my friends all the time, I cannot choose one place out of the whole country so far, but I can choose one place out of every state. There's a lot of stuff like WA, Ningaloo Reef, South Australia, Point Turton, Furries Beach, Northern Territory. I think we all liked Kakadu, Northern Territory. Queensland, Airlie Beach, like come on, who doesn't love Airlie Beach the most in Queensland? And we haven't really explored the rest of the country there, so we're just waiting to see what my favourite part down there is.
I have quite a lot of chores. I actually have Bonnie's litter tray, I have drying up some dishes at night. I also have helping Daddy with some stuff too, like passing him tools when he's fixing the van, and also setting up and packing up, and also making my bed.
We do have chores and we do have responsibilities, every single one of us do. But I will say that some days we forget, and that's not good. But we do forget sometimes we have lazy days. But yeah, I have jobs like drying up the dishes every night. When we're packing up to leave, I will strap the fridge up so it doesn't fly open when we're in transit, and we'll strap the TV, close all the windows, all that. And just like at home, I go grocery shopping with Mum, but since I'm going more and more with her because we're like together all the time, I'm learning how to shop better with like better values and stuff, and like learn how to do the money and all that. And I'm also, when Dad fills up the van with fuel, I'm also doing fuel economy, so I'm writing down and how many litres we use per 100 kilometres. I also wash the windscreen every now and then when we stop at a petrol station. When Dad's always filling up the water or empties the dump point, I always reset the panel or scoop in the toilet so it doesn't smell. But yeah, we all have our responsibilities.
Meeting new people. I am very lucky. There's so many kids on the road I can play with, and some of them I can just play with the day, or if I stay there for 2 days I can play with them for 2 days. And I've also kept in touch with most of my friends. I'm very lucky to have so many friends.
So when we're travelling, most days we meet kids that are Chloe's age, and we never find anyone that's my age. Like, I think out of the whole trip I've made 2 friends so far, and that's not many compared to my age interaction I'd have every day at school back at home. But it means I'm talking with the adults' friends a lot. Like, I'm talking with a lot of adults. I'm making a lot of older friends. But that's not a bad thing, because it's Mum and Dad think that it's developing my social skills well.
The thing I like most on the road is actually meeting up with old friends. It's like when you haven't seen old friends in like ages, it's like meeting up with new friends, but they're actually old friends. And you get to hang out with them for 2 or 3 weeks, and it's like really fun where you get to play with each other, you get to chat for the night. Even when you eat dinner together, it's actually pretty fun where you meet up with old friends.
What I like most about travelling on the road, it's definitely seeing new places every single day, if not just most days. And especially this year and like this time in the world with the pandemic and all that, we're very lucky to not be in lockdown at home, so that's also very cool that we're seeing places most days, and all my friends are stuck at lockdown, and travelling on the road is very enjoyable.
So in a confined space, it's like really squeezy, but it's still a van and it's still something to live in, but it's really squeezy, and we have to say, pardon me, excuse me, thank you. It's like really annoying. We have to squeeze each other to get past. It's like really squeezy, but it's a van, it's a good van, and I love Winnie.
There are a few, and one of them including not me making many friends along the way, but I think my main one about least favourite thing being confined in a space is not having any privacy. We don't have any privacy in this van. I don't have my own room anymore. We went from a double bed to a single bed. That's very tiny. Yeah, there's no privacy. We always have to be like, turn around, I'm getting changed, you know, like, look out, I'm stripping myself off, you know, all that stuff. Yeah, has no privacy. It frustrates me a lot when we don't have service, and I know everyone's probably like, oh, teenage girl, no Wi-Fi, but we're being serious. Like, it's so frustrating without service, because you don't realize how much you use it until you can't use it, like to research stuff or to just text someone, you know, all that stuff. So that's it from us. If anyone wants to know anything in particular from just us, then please comment it and we will answer.
Don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell next to the subscribe button. Bye!
Bye!
That's going to be
You
butt
know
up
what to
to
say,
it.
Jess?
Not really, don't get crappy with me.
Okay.
You should keep that in.
Yeah, I'll put arguing on there.